6:45 remaining. Tatum drives down and throws it down.
Stop right there. Now, you've probably seen this dunk before. You know, Jason Tatum slam it on LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, this 45-second video clip of Jason Tatum dunking on LeBron and then hitting a 3 right after has about 1 million views, which doesn't even account for the people that were watching this live, people reposting it on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, the list goes on. So I think it's safe to say that at least 10 million people have seen this clip before. I mean, it literally says ESPN right there. This was a national televised game. So according to my calculations, at least 10 million people have seen this video clip of LeBron James getting dunked on, which I mean isn't really that big of a deal. Every single NBA star, legend, whatever has been dunked on at least once, and that's okay. If you play real defense in basketball, you're gonna eventually get dunked on. I mean, Giannis is known as one of the most athletic players to ever play in the NBA, and that man got dunked on by a dude that's now playing in Croatia. But why am I telling you this? I mean, it is pretty common knowledge that every single NBA player has been dunked on at least once. Well, in 2009, something happened with LeBron James, Nike, and a player by the name of Jordan Crawford. Now, I don't expect you to know who Jordan Crawford is. He had a forgettable NBA career. He was a solid role player, bounced from team to team, but other than that, it was a pretty forgettable career. However, it was in 2009 when Jordan Crawford did something that no one has ever done before at that period of time, and that was to dunk on LeBron James. I want to give context because this was 2009. Now, LeBron James was the best player in the NBA at that time, in my personal opinion. Now, that was in 2009, and I did not watch basketball in 2009, so for all my old heads in the comment section, make sure you guys tell me if I'm right, if LeBron James was one of the best players at the time, or if there was someone else. Regardless, King James was the name that LeBron was given. He was already being compared to guys like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. I mean, the Nike deal that this man LeBron James got at the young age he was is insane, which that type of deal will honestly probably never happen again. I mean, at the young age of 18 years old, this man had a 7-year, $90 million contract just with Nike, and then in 2016 he officially got the lifetime deal, so LeBron James will always be with Nike. So with that being said, I think it's safe to say that LeBron James and Nike are really close. So let me paint you guys a quick little story. So it was 2009 and LeBron James and Nike were hosting a skills camp for high school and college players. Now, one of these players that did show up to the camp was a college player who was a sophomore for Xavier by the name of Jordan Crawford. Now, Jordan Crawford actually had a pretty good season playing Xavier, averaging 20 points per game on 46% shooting. So it's safe to say that LeBron James saw something when he invited him. Now, this was nothing crazy. This wasn't public. There wasn't supposed to be any cameras. This was a low-key indoor event that really no one really knew about. A funny story, I don't know why I know this, but Danny Green was also at that camp, so I guess that's pretty cool. Yes, LeBron James and Danny Green were teammates at this camp. So during the camp, Jordan Crawford and LeBron James were on separate teams and they were going at it head to head. I mean, this was a pretty normal scrimmage. I mean, yeah, it was cool. There was awesome highlights. LeBron James was doing his thing until this happened. What you just saw right there is Jordan Crawford going up with it with 2 hands, and LeBron James jumped and got dunked on. Now, there's a reason why this quality is not that good. I mean, they had good cameras back then. Now, this is where the story takes an interesting turn. Right after that scrimmage game, LeBron James told Nike that he wanted that tape gone, but there was just one problem. See, that tape I showed you wasn't the one that Nike confiscated. So during this time, there was a camera actually on the sideline. There were 2 of them, and immediately right after this happened, they took their footage. Now, the guys that were recording did hand over willingly, but something was very fishy. See, Nike's justification for doing this was apparently that they had a rule that you could not film during this camp, but that was never a policy. To this day, people even question if this was even legit or if it was just an excuse by Nike. However, what Nike did not account for was that there was a guy recording upstairs and no one saw him. So Nike tried to take the 2 tapes that they thought had the only footage of it, then right after this guy goes home, uploads it, TMZ breaks it, and the video goes viral. When this happened, this video went viral. Not only did some college kid named Jordan Crawford dunk on LeBron James, you know, the king himself, but he tried to hide the fact that that even happened. But the thing was, it wasn't Nike being like, we need to confiscate it. This was LeBron James asking. And I mean, you really think Nike's gonna say no to LeBron James? Now, what I'm about to tell you, I don't know how true this is exactly, but apparently Jordan Crawford was offered $500 because of the tape. Mind you, this was from Nike because, you know, they took the footage of him dunking on LeBron. Many sources, including Jordan Crawford, did in fact say that Nike never paid him, so I guess it has to be true. Oh, and don't worry, Skip Bayless had the time of his life with this. Yes, in 2009, Skip Bayless was hating on LeBron just as much as he does now.
Jay, what more do I have to say? Because Prince James just keeps making my case for me.
I think it's good that we can go back to 2009 and just see how some things will never change, and that goes for Skip Bayless hating on LeBron James. Now, the thing is that I'm not clowning LeBron for this happening to him. I mean, yeah, I think it's a little dumb that he's like, oh, I need to confiscate all the tapes. I need to make sure that this doesn't get out, because eventually this was gonna get out. Luckily Luckily for LeBron, that was in 2009 when it was very hard to have a good camera on your phone, because nowadays any phone like that's an iPhone 6 or better is a pretty good camera compared to 10 years ago. And I mean, I feel like even if this did happen today, I don't think it would be that big of a deal, to be honest. I mean, yeah, obviously LeBron James has regressed a little bit, at least I think. I'm not entirely sure, but he's getting older obviously, and stuff like this is going to happen. But not even just that, players are getting stronger. During this video, I was gonna make an analogy saying, oh, if this college player was a dunk on Giannis or LeBron or something like that, but I really can't say that. Man, there's like freshman high schoolers that are doing 360 windmill dunks at age of 14. So if an 18 or 19-year-old kid dunks on LeBron, I don't think that's gonna be the craziest thing we see nowadays. I mean, yeah, believe me, if I dunked on LeBron, I'm getting that shit framed and I'm gonna make sure everyone knows about it. However, I'm not an NBA player. I'm just a guy that talks about them because I can never make it to the league myself. Now, what I think is kind of funny is that Jordan Crawford's career honestly became nothing. I mean, I think he did play for around 10 seasons. His best season, he averaged about not even 10 points per game. And I mean, I've only ever heard of him because I actually got him confused with Jamal Crawford, at least before I was researching for this video. However, I honestly think that Jordan Crawford resents this ever happening, because with a player like Jason Tatum dunked on LeBron, Jason Tatum's a top 25 player in the NBA. Yes, he was a rookie at the time, but I think we all knew that Jason Tatum was gonna develop to a really good player. We all saw the flashes of greatness. I mean, this man literally took King James to a Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals as a damn rookie. But that moment does not define Jason Tatum. When I think Jason Tatum, I don't just think about him dunking over LeBron, I think about his amazing career that he's had. However, Jordan Crawford will only and always be known as the guy that dunked on LeBron. When you type in Jordan Crawford, all you see is Jordan Crawford LeBron, Jordan Crawford dunks on LeBron. As sad as it is, honestly, no one really cares about Jordan Crawford unless we're talking about this dunk. I mean, he had a pretty forgettable NBA career, and I think he's playing overseas right now. And the crazier thing about it is that most people my age don't even know that this ever happened. The only reason I know that even happened because my dad told me, which honestly is why I love making videos on this channel, because I get to tell stories that you guys probably didn't even know happened or that got lost in time. In 20 years, we're probably gonna forget that a college kid dunked on LeBron, and we're definitely gonna forget that that kid that dunked on him really had no NBA career that was good. Now, don't get me wrong, making it to the NBA is not easy, and I'm never gonna claim that it is. Now, this started to make me wonder though, has something like this ever happened? Not maybe just with LeBron, but with other people, and maybe they got paid an insane amount of cash for them to shut up about it. I think it's safe to say that nowadays something like this would never fly, but with the looks of it, it seems like back then you could have gotten away with something like this. Now, of course, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you do leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on post notifications. I am trying to hit 5,000 subscribers on the channel by the end of the year, and your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Of course, I want to thank you guys for all the recent support lately. My channel's been booming lately. I don't really know why. I had 2 videos that went pretty insane, so thank you guys so much for the support. And I know that there are new subscribers over here, so what's up? My name is Spex, and I did a poll and it said that only half of you guys were subscribed that did answer to the poll. And if you are not subscribed, why are you not subscribed, man? This channel will make your life better, I promise. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day, take care, peace.